The rogue wave that smashed into buildings and people and cars in Southern California Thursday.
Howard, despite numerous warning signs by lifeguards at KA Beach, dozens of people hiked to Hanakapiai Beach on Monday. Then a huge wave swept people onto the rocks above.
Myrtle Beach is now considered one of America's most dangerous. According to alarms.org,
riptides of the crashing waves threaten to sweep people from beaches, rock ledges, and jetties.
There's nothing better than a sunny day by the ocean. Until your eyes close and you find yourself in the jaws of a shark, or even worse, get pulled in a pool of death. Let's find out which beaches are the most dangerous in the world, where there's a good probability of being hit by waves or jets. Hanakapiai Beach. This beach is not only super dangerous on account of the rise of tides, but it's also famously deadly for a whole host of other reasons. For some reason, though, people do keep coming back here to hike and visit the trail and the beach. And surely it won't end well, bewitchingly beautiful as well as notoriously dangerous. This trail on the Hawaiian island of Kauai is a risky place for a hike stretching along. The awesome coastline, this trail has been called the most beautiful in the United States, and it does look incredible as we've seen already though. Sometimes to see these great sights, people have had to pay with their lives. And in fact, the dangerous trail offers a spectacular selection of ways to be made. Deedsuden flash fluting from streams that run along the trail frequently, take hikers by surprise, and there are, of course, the usual terrifying sheer drops, from which to fall, not to mention on being stranded for days on end because, riptides drag people out to sea, heat, stroke dehydration, and even death by plants. Sunset Beach in St. Martin. A huge warning sign seems to have gone unread if the swarms of people populating St. Martin Beach or anything to go by the beach is within spinning distance of the airport and proves quite the vantage point for sightseers when planes come into land or depart, but that's not all. According to experts, the jet blast from these aircraft can cause severe physical harm resulting in extreme bodily injury and/or death. Although this warning is certainly unsettling, many have ignored its presence and continue to enjoy the sights and sounds of Sunset Beach with many others. In fact, there are a host of people who flock to the beach just to see the planes arriving, the number of YouTube clips for anything to go by. And it is a phenomenal sight. It might be considered one of the most dangerous beaches in the world, but people are keen to check it out. Many can be found studying a chalkboard with airline arrivals, information on it, and patiently waiting for the planes to come into land. Then they simply settle into their beach chairs and wait for the show for the brave among you. Praia do Norte, Nazaré, the biggest wave in the world. It is not solely Cristiano Ronaldo that excels in Portugal. A shoreline known as Praia do Norte is renowned for its enormous, unfiltered waves. The waves are sufficiently large to appear almost photo-manipulated, but they are not. The scientific explanation for these enormous surges is a submerged canyon. The canyon is a profound trench in the oceanic depths where the waves from far below combine with those from the nearby water, producing irrational swells that reach heights of 30 meters. Even seasoned surfers are cautioned against encountering these waves due to their tremendous power and vitality. I am riding on these dangerous guys. Quite a sight to behold as one observes surfers surfing large white breaking waves. Yet, I am astounded by the proximity of those individuals to the brink. Black sand beaches. Visiting Hawaii is like transitioning from black and white to color, as stated by John Richard. The sight from these jet black shores is unforgettable. Despite causing significant loss of life and property, a volcanic eruption in 2018 produced an additional 1.3 square miles of sand coastline. Be it a catastrophe or a marvel, the pristine ebony sand certainly adorns the newly constructed beach. When molten lava enters the ocean and erupts, black sand is produced. Therefore, the sand is black due to its combination with molten lava. Pretty incredible, no? Since 1993, the volcanoes have been undergoing eruptions, with the most recent one taking place in December 2020 and persisting until May 2021. As a consequence of this specific factor, the water temperature is approximately 101 degrees Celsius. An open-roof hot water jacuzzi is not a terrible concept. Simply be mindful of the climate prior to entering. New Smyrna Beach.
A 28-year-old man in Daytona Beach became the third person bitten by a shark in Volusia County this year.
Mason Bar, Bobby Ross, Art Workshop, and Flagler Avenue are a few of the attractions that contribute to the allure of the New Smyrna Beach. However, this allure is short-lived when one learns that it has been dubbed the shark attack capital of the world. While some are enjoying the beach to the fullest, others are being struck by sharks. These creatures with protruding canines are reveling in human flesh that is delectably prepared for consumption, right in their mouths. Since 1882, the renowned New Smyrna Beach in Florida has been the target of shark attacks. To date, 240 incidents and 24 unforgettable shark wounds have been documented. Consider taking your children there. Unquestionably an unsuccessful parenting advice. It is preferable to limit them to infant shark cartoons. Skeleton Coast. On the shore, there are no skeletons or spectral beings to be found. As its name implies, the Skeleton Coast is littered with abandoned shipwrecks. Located in Southwest Africa, Namibia is its location. Consider the following. Why have there been so many shipwrecks? Then allow me to respond. A few things are disconcerting in this location. The formidable Benguela currents are capable of causing the demise of any object in their path, including a massive ship. And should you have the good fortune to contend with these currents, the 11 shark species will certainly not tolerate your attempt to breach their habitats. Who, hypothetically speaking, could save you from the lethal lions and hyenas that are patrolling the shore if you were to pass those as well? Fraser Island. The Fraser River interior in Australia, which flows through picturesque rainforests, beaches, and lakes, is a picturesque representation of paradise. An elegant vacation destination with an additional refined accent. This is no ordinary tranquil shore. Between 25 and 30 packs of dingoes, shark bites, and venomous jellyfish are present. The blue bottle and irukandji are two of the most venomous species of jellyfish. Their sting causes agony, vomiting, and profuse perspiration. Furthermore, it is impossible to locate appropriate medical assistance in that area, including it on your priority list. In my opinion, it is not an overly challenging decision. Virginia Beach.
A fox attacked her along Shore Drive in Virginia Beach, and now others in the area say they've had similar encounters.
Foxes have taken up residence on Virginia Beach, which is simultaneously aesthetically pleasing and menacing. It is impossible to bask in the alluring sea breeze due to the fact that these enraged foxes are prone to leaping on you and will even threaten your food or pet. Following the disclosure of a woman's fox attack account on a Virginia seashore shore in 2010, numerous individuals began to make similar assertions. While observed primarily in the state park, These foxes will occasionally visit the shoreline to gorge themselves. Mangy foxes enjoy consuming lobsters, crustaceans, and whatever humans are consuming. Aside from that, the shoreline appears to be in good condition. Simply take care not to fall unconscious in that location. Beaches of Amazon. A solace in a refreshing swim along the shores of the Amazon in an attempt to escape the heat could potentially lead to one's defeat. Numerous dangerous species inhabit these beaches, such as piranhas, anacondas, and electrified eels. But that's not even the worst. Jiggling throughout the area are bullet ants, Brazilian spiders, rattlesnakes, jaguars, and venomous dart frogs. Furthermore, the presence of gangs, illicit substances, and assaults has rendered these beaches intolerable for visitors. Is there anything else that could impede your completion of this item on the priority list? Darwin, Northern Territory. Why, without a doubt, is 95% of Australia empty? The Northern Territory, in addition to being the hidden jewel of Australia, is the most hazardous swimming area in the world. There are numerous colossal crocodiles in the area, each weighing approximately 500 kilograms. Between 2005 and 2014, these canine companions were responsible for the demise of approximately 15 individuals. This trend persisted until 2018. Although the crocs are exceptionally quick on land and in water, if you are the daring type and still desire to befriend these swift crocs, be sure to read all the warnings and cautions before doing so, as your girlfriend would not want you to find yourself in the jaws of a crocodile. The beach was struck by a tremendous wave that struck the northern coastline of Kauai in January 2016. Although numerous smartphones and cameras were lost at sea, one individual was carried ashore and fortunately recovered. One of the most perilous beaches in Kauai, the beach is susceptible to incredibly powerful currents and large swells due to the absence of any protective barrier. It is truly astounding to consider the enormous amount of energy that oceans possess in order to propel water at such a rapid rate. Such speed requires an enormous amount of energy. Dumas Beach, third most haunted place in India. How could a seashore be abandoned that is filled with eerie tales? This is Dumas shoreline in Gujarat, which is renowned for its eerie legends and pitch-black sand. Due to the fact that it was formerly a Hindu burial ground, it is considered to be haunted. Duma Beach has an eerie past associated with malevolent entities that preside over the shores. It has come to light that numerous individuals have vanished from this location. Unbeknownst to us, the beach is also infested with perilous cobras. Thus, one certainty remains. Ghosts and cobras are not ideal companions for a laid-back beach vacation. Bikini Atoll. To start with, what an adorable moniker for an object of such dread. Bikini Atoll is subjected to intense radioactive bombardment. In 1946, this picturesque location came under the malicious scrutiny of the United States. They conducted 12 tests of their newly launched hydrogen weapon before realizing that the area had been completely devastated by nuclear waste.
5 seconds to go.
Prior to 1970, islanders who had been evacuated as a result of the testing were permitted to resettle here. Scientists subsequently asserted that the water is extremely contaminated with radiation. Consequently, people abandoned the island once more, and it is currently deserted. The true inquiry is whether the Bikini Bottom featured in SpongeBob is symbolic of Bikini Atoll. Campbell Island. I have previously demonstrated enormous surges and incredibly powerful currents. Permit me to introduce you to the most enormous surge of all time, a solitary buoy on Campbell Island recorded a 78-foot tall wave in 2018. Can you conceive of the magnitude of that? Comparable in height to 5 double-decker buses stacked atop one another. Whoa! It is believed that this enormous tsunami was the very first of its kind to strike the southern hemisphere. This, according to a senior oceanographer, may be the consequence of deep, low-pressure water systems and winds of 75 miles per hour. Even greater surges may form here, according to one scientist, so the threat remains in the atmosphere. It appears that this is yet another island where beaching is not permitted. Morecambe Bay. Walking on, Morecambe Bay does not ensure one's return, as one's safety is at stake in this situation. Officially, rapid ebbs and flows and shifting dunes render it a perilous location to spend a breezy day. Prior to this, I believed quicksands were a phenomenon of the wilderness. This individual must possess some sort of proficiency in traversing quicksand, a feat that baffles me. Even massive ships, carts, and other machinery are incapable of escaping the sand. Therefore, your chances of escaping this slime are scant. It is said that the tides here are unexpected and will catch you off guard, not the type of unexpectedness you have been seeking. Utaclave Beach. Excluding the option of swimming later, Utaclave Beach may be the ideal location for a romantic evening in a comfortable camp by the water, accompanied by a smoky barbecue. Due to the fact that the water temperature here remains between 47 and 56 degrees Fahrenheit throughout the summer, which is extremely chilly, the National Cold Water Safety Center has deemed the situation to be life-threatening. Therefore, as you enjoy your date beneath the northern heavens, do not be fooled by the beautiful water that is dimming beneath the northern lights. Chowpatty Beach, world's most polluted beach. In a world filled with beaches with clear waters, Chowpatty Beach in Mumbai stands out. As a result of the extreme pollution, the shoreline has turned gray. Blue water shores are inhospitable to swimming because of sharks and currents. In fact, it is not even swimmable in this one. Because of its contamination, the beach at Chowpatty is considered unsuitable for swimming. The water is contaminated with refuse that the local inhabitants dump and dispose of. Among the numerous tourist attractions in Mumbai, this is not among them. These individuals appear to be clinging to diarrhea, sore pharynx, and other potentially fatal illnesses against their will. What are you all doing? In addition, the sediment is accumulated with marine debris and fragments. Although the shore is routinely cleaned, perhaps some visitors are dissatisfied with the maintenance. Shitovaya Bukta Beach. In an area where this beach is widely recognized as one of the world's finest surf spots, the radioactive barrels consistently destroy the atmosphere. It is acceptable that the vicinity of Shitovaya Bukta is encircled by military installations. The underwater nuclear submarines emitting radiation are unacceptable. A whale perished within months in 2002 as a result of chronic radiation exposure. However, if you are still inclined to undertake the venture, you will be required to submit an application for a permit beforehand. Ponani Beach, the India. This sandbank materialized abruptly in 2018 subsequent to substantial precipitation inundating the region. Ponani Beach, located in the Northern District, was the area most significantly impacted by the waters, which essentially reshaped the topography. A bed of sand extends from the shoreline and extends for nearly a kilometer into the ocean. People were naturally particularly intrigued by this peculiar feature, given that it was still sandy beach. Individuals who are present on the whole often exhibit a moderate inclination towards disregarding safety concerns. Similarly, those at the beach appear to abandon a significant portion of their rationality at home, despite the fact that they ought to be aware of the potential hazards that a shifting sandbank of varying dimensions and configuration situated in a tidal zone does present to human beings. However, they were all excessively enthused to venture out onto the long, slender peninsula that had not yet been recognized for its potential dangers. This has occurred on multiple occasions in the past, and imagine what people did. They did foolish things, and some even paid with their lives. Those who watched the video to its conclusion, we sincerely appreciate your attention. I look forward to seeing you next time.